Welcome back to another. Welcome back to another Chill Fellas podcast. I'm here with Thomas.
Hi.
Let's go. Today we're going to be talking about a pretty controversial topic. I'm a bit afraid of being controversial because our last one was Star Wars hot takes, and we got a few comments on TikTok flaming us.
Flaming you.
I was not very popular. Let's just.
So just like this dude on the bottom.
Yeah, genuinely. So I was like, what the fuck is it? What even is this? What the fuck is wrong with this? Yeah, so people did not agree with me, which is fine. That's the point of hot takes.
Yeah.
But anyway, so this will be interesting. I'll try and bloody restrain myself a little bit. I won't be too hot.
Too hot. Yeah, but just talking about pretty much all things video game adaptations, good, the bad, and the ugly, and our personal favorites and our least favorites, aka the worst. So just stuff like that. We'll delve into. Got a few fun topics. Timestamps in the description for all that we'll be talking about. But before all that, a bit of a weekly sort of catch up. So, buddy, what you been up to?
Not much. Been a crazy week at work, just preparing for a certain event that's coming up, which we can't talk about.
The finale of something.
Much. Yeah, exactly. But a big event, so just been preparation of that. It's been quite busy. Have been watching anything lately? Recently, as of today, we played Backrooms Escape together for the first time. I had a lot of fun.
Stream should be up by the time this is out, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Playing a lot of Rocket League. I don't think I've watched anything new. No movies or bloody shows. Been a bit of a boring week in terms of that stuff. But yeah, just played a bit of Rocket League and then Backrooms today.
Looking a bit fresh.
Oh yeah, I went to the barber today. Finally, it was so overdue. Been wearing a hat in the last few episodes because I was just holding out to my barber appointment, but I'm bloody glistening, as you can see.
I'll just put a lens flare, buddy. I'll put like a lens flare glow just on your body section of the fucking. Oh, you're a little Woody from the trailer.
Might not even have to. Let's give it a shot. I got bloody shaped up at the barber finally, so I'm feeling fresh. I'm feeling good.
My turn tomorrow.
Yeah. Tom's going to the barber tomorrow, so next episode he'll have the bloody fresh barber cuts.
Yeah, the fresh cut. Beyond my end, not too much gaming or a little bit of movie watching. I saw Sheep Detectives. I'm pretty sure that was since last episode.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, and then I saw Mortal Kombat 2, which I'll give my review for that very shortly. Geordie hasn't seen it, so he's not going to give like much of a sort of analysis of that, but I'll give a brief one. Last night watched Remarkably Bright Creatures. Just saw it on TikTok, and they said Netflix movie that just came out. Watched it. It was very, very good. It's just one of those ones where it felt like very earthly, very cathartic to watch, and I definitely recommend checking it out. It's just on Netflix. Very beautifully done film. It's one of those things where everything in the film is just very good or great. Nothing's top tier cinema, but there's nothing below good. It's all just good to great, sort of in that realm. Yeah. I would say. Cool. Really liked it. Buddy Aunt May and Sentry are in it, so that's cool. It was very good.
That one definitely piqued my interest. I'll probably check that out at some point.
Yeah, I reckon you'd like it for sure. Just preparing for the event, that we're going to this week, which we will be vlogging a bunch this weekend, so there'll be a vlog out next month relating to that.
Yes. That's not our choice. We do have to wait a bit, so it'll be a while before you see that. But just know something's coming.
Yeah,
something's coming.
Yeah, and we did a bunch of shopping a couple of days ago, so I'm all dapped out with that. Which again, you'll probably see photos of later.
I'll give you a hint. Vanessa. Wait, no, that's fucking Freddy.
No, that's his wife. Yeah.
Oh, is it?
You
Yeah.
embarrassed me in front of
Uh,
Vanessa when I was a boy.
when I was a boy.
Oh, oh, you're
What fucking
lagging.
expressions it
You're
is.
lagging. Oh, there
Well,
you
you're
go.
lagging, I'm lagging, but the audio should be fine, hopefully.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's your hint. See if you can figure it out. Anyway.
Yeah. So that's pretty much all that. So, anyways, yeah, let's get into the video game stuff. So, firstly, just very quick Mortal Kombat 2 review. So,
Might as well
brief.
check in Mortal Kombat 1 as well, because you watched them kind of together.
Yeah, yeah. So, here's my thoughts on Mortal Kombat 2 and Mortal Kombat 1. So, firstly, very brief history. I haven't touched Mortal Kombat my whole life. All the games I'm like, they just look not really my thing. But Mortal Kombat 1, when that came out, I'm like, okay, yeah, that looks they're like the best visually, and it's like the latest, and apparently like it was a bit of a reboot. So I'm like, oh yeah, good entry point for me because I'm not attached to these characters. Like I know the general, consensus like, oh yeah, Sub Zero, all this kind of stuff. And they're famous for the fatalities and a couple of the crossovers and stuff like that. I have played and finished Injustice 2. Ugly looking game, but fun. Big fan of DC. So that's sort of the closest I ever played. So I bought that game last year prior to when they delayed Mortal Kombat 2 like by 6 months or whatever. But I wanted to play it close to when it came out. I started playing that the other week. Haven't played too much more, so I'm not too far into it. But it's been pretty fun. And I saw a bunch of TikToks of Johnny Cage from this new game, and he was like my biggest draw to the game. I'm like, oh, he looks really fun and funny. So I'm like, yeah, cool. So I played a little bit of that, and then I heard pretty mid things about the movie from 5 years ago. And then when this new one was coming out, I was like, yeah, well, I mean, I guess I would just like, yeah, what's that just before it? So I don't have the 5 year wait because it seems like people were frustrated by it set up the tournament but didn't have it. And then you got to wait 5 years. So I'm like, in my circumstance, it's very bing bang boom, bloody sorted, but it's all right there. All the Mortal Kombat 1 is out with all the DLC, which I bought with like Ghostface and all that. It's really awesome. I haven't tried it out yet, but it looks awesome. Yeah, the movie's out, and I watch it very quickly together. So I suppose Mortal Kombat 1, real quick, I'll probably say that I don't. That's probably one of the most mediocre movies I've ever seen. I also did watch the 1995 movie. I think it was 95. A few days prior to that. And that movie, I see that's like guilty pleasure fun. I definitely see how people would gravitate towards that. There's definitely a fun charm and like energy to it, especially for that period of time, and like the music really helps it, leans into all that. But it's not a proper movie, and it is not good in the slightest. Like on an actual like film sort of level. But I see how it's a lot of fun for people. Uh, the first movie, it's just so mediocre where it's like it is more of a proper film with like proper like acting, all this kind of stuff, like CGI work, all this kind of stuff. But it's like just none of it's memorable. Like none of the acting is like too great. It's just all like everything's just mid. But I wouldn't say it's bad or anything. So just a solid like 5 out of 10. But looking at the new movie, it's like, all right, it's the tournament. You got Johnny Cage now. There's a lot more going on, bigger budget. It sort of looks like, and all this kind of stuff. And yeah, having watched it the other day, it's definitely the best Mortal Kombat film, I would say. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It has like what you want. Like it's never going to be A grade cinema where it's like, oh, that's like bloody Dune Part 2. That's bloody last peak cinema. You're there for I'm still not a massive Mortal Kombat fan or anything, but you're there for like the fights, the kills, the sets, and the characters. This gives you more Mortal Kombat characters, better looking fights, and more of them. And cuts out the crap that you don't want from the first film, like that original character. He's barely in it, so it's giving you what you want. And I think it did everything like pretty tastefully enough. A lot of it was really cool. I thoroughly enjoyed the middle fight with the two brothers. I can't remember their names. A lot of these names will escape me. I know Raiden and Sub Zero and all that, but like a couple of them, like I think I'll mix up, so I'm not going to bother. But then I also really liked the Nether Realm fight. That was probably my favorite sequence.
Yeah.
Johnny Cage in it was good, but not my favorite like sort of casting. But even though I like it and it was fun and everything like that, I'd still only give it like a 6 out of 10, but I am like positive on it and like it, and it's like the 6 ain't bad or anything, especially for a video game film like this. Like
Yeah,
it's different to Last of Us, what I mean.
yeah,
So yeah, enjoyable enough and everything, but nothing to write home about.
yeah. No, fair enough. Um, Not exactly making me want to go out and buy a ticket, but I appreciate your review.
You'd have fun with it. And
Yeah,
but
I'm
on
sure I
your
would.
yeah,
Yeah.
although you haven't seen the movie, I suppose we'll still talk about Mortal Kombat. You've liked Mortal Kombat a lot more throughout your life, but you weren't too interested in this movie.
Yeah, it's interesting. I was a big Mortal Kombat fan growing up. The game that initially got me into it was a mixture of the first Mortal Kombat and Mortal Kombat 3, like Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, or whatever it's called. Those two specifically, mainly Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, because the first one basically played that at one of my mum's friends' houses. They had like the arcade machine set up. I'm like, oh, that's cool, bloody fighting. But they rip his head off. Oh, like at the time, that was a lot. So, I was like, that's so cool, buddy. Yeah. And then got Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Loved that. Played that so much. Ironically, still shit at it. Like, I mean, Tom saw me play. I bought the Legacy Collection and
Yeah.
sort of the Mortal Kombat hype. Can't do shit. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to play that. I was on the lowest difficulty and I still struggled. So maybe I just suck, but I don't know. But yeah, so kind of just stuck with those mainly. But then in the PS3 era, I got Mortal Kombat vs DC Universe. Talk about bloody dethroning Mortal Kombat 3. Not actually. I still like Mortal Kombat 3 the most, but dude, I played that so much because you could play as you basically it was literally Mortal Kombat vs DC. So had like Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Raiden, like all the classics from Mortal Kombat, like the fan favorite characters, and then it basically had the Justice League with a few enemies. So you could play as like the Flash, Green Lantern, and all that sort of stuff. And it didn't have the ugly. Not that this was a thing at the time, but looking back, it didn't have the ugly bloody Injustice sheen to it all, where their suits are all weird, and it's going for ultra realistic, but the technology's not there yet, and all the colors are muted. Like it didn't look like that. It was it was very comic booky, and it also has like Mortal Kombat 3 has my favorite designs for a lot of characters, but I revisited like the character selection specifically of Mortal Kombat vs DC Universe, and the designs in that game are pretty solid for the Mortal Kombat characters. Like they're very close to my favorite. I still like nostalgia is what pushes Mortal Kombat 3 over the edge, but Mortal Kombat vs DCU is very underrated. Mainly because I don't think it's available anywhere. It's not on Steam. It's not in the Legacy Collection, and it's on PS3 exclusively, and that's like the hardest one to get stuff for. So it's like kind of can't
annoying.
play it anywhere unless you emulate it. I do think that's definitely underrated. So if you're watching and you're interested and you have a way to play it, definitely do. It's bloody awesome. I also love the maps. The maps on there were like split down the middle. Half was DC, half was Mortal Kombat. So you kind of got double the maps in a sense. So I thought that was cool. But so those are the more significant ones, and then obviously it died off. I played a bunch of 9 and 10 at friends' houses and stuff, and then around the COVID times, I got Mortal Kombat 11, played that a bunch with a mutual friend of ours, and it's always just been a game that's kind of been there. It's always been my fighting game, Street Fighter, I've played a bunch as well. Mainly just Street Fighter 2. I haven't played any of like the 3D ones or anything. And Tekken, I played a little bit in the PS2 era, but it never hooked me the same. But yeah, since COVID, haven't really touched any. Was very excited for Mortal Kombat 1 because it just looked really good. I liked what they were doing with the characters, and then just kind of never got around to playing it. I got the game, just never got around to playing it. I was hoping that would change since Tom was playing it, but both of us got busy and we, never got the chance. So it's always just kind of been a thing that unfortunately has been relegated to the background of my life. Even if I've been actively like involved in it, it's still just been this one specific instance of it. and then it just goes into the background again, and then it like comes back for a little bit, goes into the background.
Lagging again.
Oh.
I don't know if that's me or who. Well, I don't know if it's my computer. My computer's on the way out. I just got a new one ordered, so hopefully, bloody Tony Stark soon. Hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah.
Wi-Fi.
Well, it's one of us because you're like bloody 2 frames a second. Jeez. Ooh, and there's a massive video. You only just did the bloody Wi-Fi thing. Yeah, that delay's crazy. We'll see how the rest of this episode goes. But yeah, that's pretty much my like history with it. Nothing too crazy, like I said, just always in the background. Comes back every now and then. I've never been like a big lore person where I like deep dive into everything and follow the story of every game. I'm just there for the fun fights and characters. I saw that.
Helping the focus. Sometimes I don't fully. I don't know. But yeah, no, it's fair. It's I still want to stream Mortal Kombat 1 with you and like probably get through that.
Yeah, for sure.
I'd say that'll more so be after this weekend that we have up. Yeah, no, sweet.
It also just doesn't help that like this just happened to fall, like Mortal Kombat 2, the movie, just happened to fall in the middle of like a fucking, like we were talking in the stream earlier. Like for me, this is just a liminal space month. Like I'm so in the mood for that sort of stuff, and this just happened to fall in that, and it's unfortunate.
Yeah, which we'll get more into, but fun. It's just funny how 2 liminal space movies landed very close together.
Yeah, legit, dude.
Yeah, so which one of them you guys probably won't really know about yet.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, the first topic that we'll sort of do in a quick listing with elaboration after that, I suppose. Unless you want to be brief about it, up to you. But our top 5 video game adaptations. So, did you want to limit it to movies to make it simple, or include shows? Whether if it's like a season of a show or not, or stuff like that.
I would include shows, but the only one I've seen is Last of Us, so I'll leave that up to your discretion.
Yeah, well,
and I haven't even seen season 2 yet. So
yeah, I feel let's exclude shows just because. Yeah, if you've only seen that, and I've seen Arcane and Last of Us, and I'm like, obviously that's very up there. Yeah. So that's a bit generic to sort of say, but that both of those, season 1 of Last of Us and Arcane, that's up there. Most people feel that way. Haven't seen Fallout. I think I'll check it out when like the next season's out.
Yeah, I did watch season 1 of that. I haven't seen season 2 yet, but I did watch season 1.
Yeah, I watched the first few episodes, and I'm like, I reckon I'll like. I just wasn't in the mood to continue, but I'm like, I will check this out when it's like finished or something. Right. Yeah, so we'll just stick to movies then. Did you want to go first, or would you like me to?
I'm happy to go first. So, quick question.
Yep.
Am I counting that one that I mentioned before? I don't want to spoil it. The one where it's like, technically it has video games.
Yeah. We'll explain it after, but you can include that for sure. Yeah. I'll let you.
Yeah, awesome. And this isn't technical rating. This isn't filmmaking prowess.
Just personal
favorites. Yeah. So I reckon just for a bit of fun, we'll go 5-1, and we'll bloody end it on our favorite.
Yeah, definitely. Worst to best. So out of the
So my number 5 pick for favorite video game movie is Minecraft. So quick. Am I rapid firing or explaining?
Up to you. If you want it to be, I'm trying all clips and everything now. You'll see a lot more of those, buddy, floating around in this new visual template with the podcast and everything. Whatever you think is like good for like a sort of clip and all that, because we'll discuss them after for sure. Because talking about this many movies, it'll be a bunch to talk about. So
I'll just do brief, and then we can revisit later if we need to.
Yeah.
Well, my number 5 pick is definitely Minecraft. While it's not a great movie, like as a cinema standpoint, the cultural impact it had was undeniable, and we had a lot of fun hyping that up. And in the lead up to it, we played so much we haven't played Minecraft really together. Microphone. We haven't played Minecraft really together at all. So doing that or at least with our own world. So doing that for the first time was awesome. And we still have that world to revisit, so that's going to be like just really cool. And then they had the bloody Macca's meal, so we got that with the bloody collectibles, and that was just a lot of fun. And the trailers and the theorizing and just all that. Like it felt like a summer 2016 movie sort of vibe. It felt like we were back then, where like we were very carefree. We were just bloody having fun. We were just excited for a movie and didn't care about anything else.
Yeah.
So that experience bumped it up a lot for me. But as a movie, yeah, I could go either way. I don't think it's a good movie, but like it's not like I would never watch it again. But I'd only watch it under specific circumstances.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
Yeah. But yeah, if there's any elaboration, I'll get to that later. So, what is your number 5 pick?
My number 5. I suppose we'll go back and forth. So
I can just do all mine if you want me to.
Yeah. No, we'll go back and forth. That's fine.
Okay. Yeah.
So mine's tricky because I'm looking at my list and I'm like, this. I'm not like exactly happy with these placements, but I'm also like, I don't know where else I'd put them. And a bunch of these I have only seen once. So yeah, although this is my top 5, I'm just like, it's definitely the upper half out because I'm looking at everything here and I'm like, they are there, but I'm like, the order of these, if I like rewatch them all in like a year from now or something, like they could all jumble, but they are all in the top 5 for right now. So in 5th place, quick honorable mention for 6th, the Mario Galaxy movie, and 5th place, the Mario movie, the first one. So just bundling them together there. So the first one, obviously, watched the new one a month ago, and I rewatched the first one. Third time I've seen it now, I think, third or fourth time. Just a very fun classic movie. It's a Mario movie, you get what you get. Both very beautiful. The first one, I think it's like more classic feeling and more of like a solid just Mario movie. Second one, the story and all that is a bit more, kerfuffled, but I enjoy the character stuff more. Like Mario and Luigi are together more, and Bowser has a better dynamic with his son, all that kind of stuff.
And Luigi gets his frog costume, so peak.
Yes. No. So there's not really too much to elaborate there. I have nostalgia for Mario. He's not my favorite, license or anything like that. Obviously, again, more of a Zelda fan. Curious to see where the Zelda film lands on this next year.
That's gonna be crazy.
But yeah, so there's not really too much more to say about it. But yeah, I thought I liked it more than I did. That was my number 1 video game movie until I rewatched it. Yeah, and I was like, I still really enjoy this, but like looking at what else is on here, I'm like, it is just like it's just a bit simple, but like nothing wrong with that for what it is. But I'm like, yeah, sort of, very solid for me. Again, they just have like a nice charm to them. They can both be like fair. Better written and stuff like that, but yeah, I enjoy them. Yeah,
no, that's very fair. Well, funny enough, my number 4 pick is the Mario movie. Basically the experience both detracts and elevates this one. But overall, like as a movie, very solid. I love the way it's visually put together. Like if I was to direct an animated movie, the lighting and compositing and all that sort of stuff is exactly how I would do it. Like it is so my taste. I really loved it. But like you said, it's a bit basic. It's like, yeah, and like I understand, like what's here is good, but it's like it's kind of the only way they could have gone for the story they were trying to tell. And yeah, like basically all of the points that you just said, I fully agree with. But yeah, visually, just that bumped it up a little bit. And when I saw it, it detracts from my sort of feelings because I've only ever watched this on the back of a plane seat on a flight to Japan. with like shitty headphones and like the plane bloody rumbling around me. So that detracts from it. But what elevates it is I was on that plane trip because I was on the way to my honeymoon. So I'd just gotten married. Bloody I mean, that's pretty much it. Just got married. At the time, the strikes in the VFX industry hadn't hit me yet. So at the time, I was still employed, which was good. Thankfully, that's over. I mean, the strike time is bloody PTSD for me. Jesus.
Yeah.
So, I was I was riding a massive high that time. And then when we got to Japan, which is where we took our honeymoon, Nintendo World had just opened, or like the Super Mario Land or whatever it's called, like the Universal sort of add-on. And so, we got to see that very early because it had pretty much just opened. And, we spent like most of our day at Universal there. And it was just a lot of fun. And, seeing, because that's why we watched the movie originally. We're like, oh, well, we're going to this Mario Land. Did you want to watch the movie to just go along with it? And I was like, yeah, cool. And it did elevate it for sure. Because similar to you, like I like Mario, never been super into it. Just, we talked about all this in the Mario Galaxy review, so I won't harp on it too much. But, Mario 64 and Super Mario Bros. Wii, those are kind of my bread and butter when it comes to Mario. Played Odyssey, didn't care for it too much, it wasn't my sort of thing. Finished it, but, it wasn't my sort of thing. And yeah, so I'm very indifferent on them, but I do enjoy it because of the time that I saw it and, the visual identity of the film and all that sort of stuff. And, just the relatability with a lot of the characters. Like, it's all just solid, nothing bad, nothing like top tier, but solid.
Yeah. Yeah, no, perfectly fair.
Definitely better than Galaxy, I feel. Similar to you, Galaxy elevated a bunch of stuff, but also didn't. They didn't hit me at the same highs at the same time.
Yeah, no, I fully understand that. Yeah, sweet. So my number 4, Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah,
I was expecting that one to be on here. That would have been impactful on you. Bloody hell.
Yeah, so I wasn't a fan of the games originally when they first came out, but after a while, like Sister Location onwards was when I was a part of it, up until Security Breach, and then after Security Breach, I'm like, oh, this is kind of a bit far now. But yeah,
you don't like the Mimic? Secret of the Mimic?
Edwin?
Cameo?
Yeah, Edward. Yeah, that's me. We'll stunt double. Listen, it's definitely for a certain audience. I do understand the issues with the film to an extent, but I think it's very well put together. Good cinematography. They use the budget well, with all this kind of stuff. And it's just a bit of a triumph that it got freaking made with all the hurdles that it went through.
Yeah, I have a lot of respect for it because of that. Yeah,
because there was 20 bloody million rewrites and all these unfortunate things and all that, but we got it, and it nailed the key aspects of the heart of the story about the victims, and I just thought the casting was also just really well done. Josh Hutcherson, Matthew Lillard, and all that. I thought all of them were really well done. Not that this is a 10 out of 10 film or anything like that. Again, I don't think it's perfect or anything, but I just think it's just very well put together. I know Jordy disagrees with this a bit, but I think just the quality and look of the film with everything is just it's just very, it's taken seriously, and it's not cheap CGI or bloody stupid stuff. Not that they could have, they could have had a better looking film with another bloody $20 million or something. But I thought with what they had, I thought it looked banging. I really enjoyed the puppetry and all that. Not very scary in the slightest though. But I really like the biggest thing I like is the vibe and energy, just the way that the film feels and how I feel watching it. I just think they nailed the aesthetic down. I love the opening credits. The 8-bit with the song.
What were they again?
The thing that also elevates all of this is the music. I'm big on music when it really elevates a film and is done well. Obviously, all films should be like that, but some films have a bit more noticeable music. And I thought the music was
Yeah.
very well done. Like it again adds that sort of video gamey, sort of but haunting children sort of thing. And I just really like the opening and just the score throughout the entire film. So that really bumps it up a bit more. Um, but yeah, but again, it was only like fourth place, and I understand it's not bloody A grade cinema or anything like that. Um, but yeah, like I wouldn't classify it as a guilty pleasure film for me because I do think it is good. But I'm not going to try and like convince someone of that. But I quite like it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, if you want, we can revisit that when you actually get a brain. So no, no. Like, look, I have a lot of respect for the movie. I think it's a fun experience and similar to the Minecraft thing. Like being a part of the fan base elevates that. Not necessarily like I'm not a FNAF fan, but like
He's
I
played
don't
more
even know
games
if
than me, by the
you.
way.
Yeah, like I don't even know if you know this, but like I played FNAF like on the iPad when it came out in 2014, like when bloody everyone was bloody jumping on it. I used to play it on the bus with a bunch of my friends and stuff, and I played. I didn't play FNAF 2 or 3, but then or 4 actually. I watched things here and there. I was like, oh no, that's cool, but I like the first one, yeah, whatever. But then Sister Location really got me into it. I looped back, I played all the games, watched a bunch of theories, all that sort of stuff, and that was because of Tom. I was visiting, and he was like, "You seen FNAF?" I'm like, "Yeah." So yeah, I wouldn't, but I still wouldn't necessarily classify myself as a FNAF fan. So that probably detracted from my experience a bit because I was looking at it much more objectively. Also, the time in my life, I would have been more critical on it because I was in. Well, I still am in the VFX industry, but at the time I was in live action specifically. So my bar for judgment was much higher because I was literally doing it every day, and I was like training myself to be critical of that sort of stuff. And I still am to an extent, of course, but a bit less so, I'd say, nowadays. I think I've bloody gotten a bit happier over the last couple of years since I left the live action world. But yeah, it's. I still think it looks cheap. Unfortunately, I think there's like an added layer of something. I think honestly, just the lighting for me. A lot of it is like very bright and flat. Like there's no like bloody color contrast. There's no bloody shadows. There's no bloody depth. All that sort of stuff. That was kind of mainly what I noticed. And the animatronics were cool, but to me they didn't have enough weight. Like they didn't feel scary. Like I feel like they fixed that a little bit in the second movie. Not fully fixed it, but made it a bit better in the second movie. All of my main visual issues like were kind of improved in the second movie. But yeah, regardless, still have a lot of respect for the movie. I remember we were actually hanging out when the news dropped that a movie had been greenlit all the way back in 2016. Like I was at your house and
I don't
you're like,
remember
Jordy,
that.
look at this. And I was like, what? That's so cool. And we just bloody talked about like how good it could be for bloody ages. And then obviously,
I don't remember that.
okay, yeah. And I was like, bloody, however many years later, we finally got it. But yeah, like I don't hate the movie. I have it on DVD, so I like it enough to get out on that. But yeah, it's just not my sort of thing. But I respect a lot of your points, and like I said, respect the movie a lot. I think it's also just like it's a fun vibe. So some movies
Yeah.
just give into the vibe.
Yeah. Also, last note that I forgot. Also, just really like the set design, like the actual pizzeria and how well they did recreating a lot of the stuff and the office and all that.
I think my biggest thing, just like building off the set design, was I am very partial to like the grungy, dark, like analog aesthetic of the first game, and I just don't feel like it captured that as well as it could have. That's probably like the biggest thing for me. I feel like if it had have captured that and kept everything else exactly the same, I'd probably like it a bunch more. But it feels like it adopted the location and characters and events of the first game, but they lent more into the cleaner aesthetic of the more modern games. Where it's like
Yeah.
it's still dark and gross and messy, but it's not like grungy and fucking scary and analog looking.
Yeah.
So I feel like that probably a good midway probably would have been better for me. What the hell? Oh, did you see that?
See what?
A little bloody gremlin.
No, what the fuck? What the?
That was a little gremlin doing. Letterboxd, explain yourself. Yeah, yeah.
Oh my screen. Interesting.
Yeah, so anyway, I don't want to get a reputation for being too negative, so I'll move on. But my number 3 place is Sonic 3. I don't know if you're expecting that.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Basically, similar to the Mario movie, the visual identity of that film is exactly my taste. Like everything. The nighttime stuff is lit and designed exactly how I would do it. The daytime stuff is the same, maybe a bit flat, but still, very similar. All the CGI on Sonic and the way they show their powers and just everything. Yeah, dude, it's so well done and so to my taste, and I had so much fun watching it. A big standout scene is, are they on the moon? I forget. When near the end, Shadow and Sonic, they're on the moon, right? Yeah, I was making sure it was the moon and not just some random comet. But when they're in space, I should have just said. That whole sequence, the way that's lit and comped is awesome. It looks so good. And then especially when they bloody dap up and fucking go Super Saiyan, I'm like, dude, that's so cool. And all the video game Easter eggs and even through to the post-credit scene being, showing Amy and Metal Sonic and stuff. Just every part of that movie was just so much fun. Eggman looked more like Eggman, and he was more enjoyable because he wasn't just stupid the whole time. They kind of channeled his stupidness into his dad, Gerald Robotnik. And their dynamic was also just fun, the dancing and the bloody... And just stuff where it's okay, this is stupid, but it was so stupid and unexpected that it still made me laugh, was mainly through Gerald Robotnik, like I said, they channeled his stupidness into him. But, when they're fighting and he randomly just bloody hunches over and fucking farts and floats his way out, what the hell? So the stupid stuff that usually I would criticize a movie for, it just came so out of left field and I was having so much fun with everything else. I kind of I enjoyed it, it was mixed in and it was done in a way where I'm okay, yeah, that is dumb. But you're making me enjoy everything else so much, I can actually appreciate that and be yeah, that's funny, fuck it, the execution is good. And the dancing scene just come out of nowhere, it's I don't know, a lot of fun.
A woman in the military. I don't believe it. Yeah. Exactly. We also just had a really good cinema experience. It wasn't exactly the sort of hype and sort of stuff as the Minecraft movie with that sort of that realm of hype and all that. But we were looking forward to it. We had a really fun cinema experience.
Yeah, no, really fun.
Because that was also when you just got back in town and moved back.
Yeah, I just moved back. Yeah, so it was a very transitional period, and it was just cool to just have that. I think that was around the same time I saw Nosferatu as well. But yeah, that was a really good summer for movies. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for that. I don't really remember any of my negatives towards the movie. I'm sure they just would have been I know Tom, not you, the bloody character, and his girlfriend, and they were kind of side characters, and the focus was on Sonic, which is fine. That's what a Sonic movie should be. But at the same time, it's you've had them be kind of the main characters for 2 movies. Whether you show them off a little bit more. But. No, nothing to really complain about from memory. I haven't watched it in a while, so my thoughts could change. But the current feelings I have and memories I have are just so fun and so good. I had a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, I get you. Very good choice.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, my third, Sonic 2.
Oh, sweet.
Number
cool.
2. Yeah, that one I've seen twice, I think. Yeah, maybe 3 times. I don't think 3 times. I think just twice, cinema and then once at home. Just an upgrade over the first film. The first film, I think is still a solid, just classic good one, but very familiar, but done well. This one, it's right, we get Knuckles, and it feels more video game. We have Knuckles and Tails here now, and right, Robotnik is a lot more how everybody should be, and all this kind of stuff. I'm oh, sweet. And I like the visual identity of the film a bit more. It just leans more into the classic, like, again, that's why video game movies, like, again, you'll really see, like, with, like, all of my choices, really. It's a very video gamey feeling that I really like when we compare to that, because I know what Geordie's number one is. So I just really like it. Really solid. Like, the action's better. Really like the final sequence where, again, he's like bloody Super Saiyan fighting the bloody kaiju Robotnik thing. Just has good heart and emotion to it. And I think the VFX is also, I wouldn't say leaps and bounds better, but they didn't have to do like the redesign for this one. Like, from the get go, I was like, all right, let's do this. And the first film was like quite successful, so like I really respect what the Sonic trilogy did by fixing the design and all that.
Well, I just got a quick question, just to interject. A little bit conspiracy theory. Do you think Sonic actually looked like that, or do you think they released that trailer to get people talking about the movie?
I don't know, I think he looked like that. I think it's just a lot of promotional stuff like unearthed that I'm like, they wouldn't have done that if that was bloody. Some people probably might have suspected it and just like, come on, boss, that'll be good. Like, maybe. But yeah. Yeah, maybe. Not too much more to say. Again, just really solid. Really solid sequel. Number 3.
Yeah, sweet. My number 2 is the one I was curious about. Because it's like technically, but also technically not. And if we're thinking Origins. But Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Among Thieves. Not the 90s one. The 90s one was fucked. But Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Among Thieves, really just so much good and not much bad. They nailed how Dungeons and Dragons feels, like when you're really in the moment. Because a big barrier to entry to D&D is the role-playing and stuff like that. But, I've played plenty of D&D, both role-playing and not. Most of it's just been single-session stuff or, a couple sessions and it drops off or whatever. But when you're in the moment, it really does feel like how that movie portrayed it. And the humor was really good. I thought the characters were like, they're so exaggerated into their stereotypes, but that makes it better because the whole thing is about classes, like the bards, the rogues, all that sort of stuff. Like, it elevates it, And I don't know, VFX were banging. I liked all the cool little subtle Easter eggs. Like they had a mind flayer. What's it called? Bloody little brain dog thing. I forget what they're called. I'm blanking. But the little mind flayer pet things. I'll remember it at some point. But they had one of them show up at some point. They had the bloody couple of dimensions. And
they had some practical stuff, didn't they? Like that bird guy at the start or something. Wasn't that
practical?
Yeah,
they had some practical suits, and everyone knows if it's not practical, it's not good. So. No, but they did have some practical stuff, and it was very cool. The whole thing was just good. It's one of those things like it kind of gets a bit boring when you get near the top because it's like, well, what is there to really criticize? There's such slim pickings, it just comes across as nitpicking. One of my biggest criticisms is I wish they didn't make the rogue a villain who betrayed people, or betrayed the good guys, because it's like. That was very obvious. That's like making a bloody Slytherin bloody racist. It's like, okay, I kind of expected that. Could have bloody, subverted expectations a little bit. And also, for some reason, they made the only rogue the only old person. That, like, isn't mobile at all and can't, like, bro's just, like, not old, I don't know how old he is, but, like, he's older than the rest of them, and he's not sneaky, he's not swift. Like, are you actually a rogue? You're just, like, manipulative. Like, what? So, I don't know. I wish they had to change that, because I always play rogue. That's always my go-to. Okay. So I just felt a bit, like, underrepresented there, I guess, or misrepresented. But, yeah, other than that, like, it was a lot of fun. I liked everything pretty much about it. My standout moment is the bloody joke where he's walking away, like the paladin is just walking away.
Oh,
in
yeah.
a straight line.
He wasn't told to stop.
The rock. Yeah. Yeah. So I really love that. It was such a funny moment. Yeah. And the 5 question scene, that was fun too. But yeah.
Yeah, I really gotta watch it again. Because I heard such good things. I really hope there's a sequel. There's so much fun you can have with that.
Yeah.
I didn't classify that as a video game movie because again, like you can, like there are like Dungeons and Dragons
Yeah.
video game movies, like Baldur's Gate and stuff like that. But it's like you can sort of
Technically, like the
argue,
origin is a board game, so it's like it's kind of hard.
yeah,
I get what you. That's why I was unsure about it. Yeah.
yeah. But for this, we're just talking about fun movies. We'll definitely allow it.
Yeah, sweet.
But from what I remember, I really want to watch it again because I watched it pretty late compared to everyone else. But I remember it being really funny. Like the humor was
Yeah.
just like it was just spot on.
Yeah.
I remember a funny bit with like him throwing an axe or like something in the fiery place or something about teleporting or something. Um, and I thought it was really funny when um, the bloody gladiator chick or whatever like visited her ex or something,
Oh,
and he was
yeah.
just like a halfling or something. And when he was sitting on the chair, he was like, "Oh, buddy." Like so small.
Yeah.
He's like, how's it
Well,
going?
because that's the thing. It's also so representative of like what the players do. Like everyone, nobody takes that. Oh, people do, of course, but the vast majority did not take that game seriously. So if they're playing a bloody, you know, whatever you would call it, a warrior or something. I don't remember what that class was, but barbarian. That's right. Yeah. But when you're playing a character like that, I'm like, there's plenty of people that would just be like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck the shit out of this halfling and marry him. Like it's just like what something the players would do, and it was just really cool to see them actually make those choices. And just like the way they come up with plans as well is just also very representative. Like putting the portal on the back of a painting and then getting that painting to sneak in.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, it was very
that's something
creative. Like it really
Yeah.
understood the world. Like there was a lot of things that
Yeah.
happened where it's like they get this. This was
Yeah,
made with
exactly.
love.
Yeah. And also, I saw someone break it down, but there's one fight scene where they're all fighting one person near the end, and they broke it down, and it actually follows the timing and rules of the board game. So, like, each character takes in turns doing an attack, and it's within a specific time frame. Because,
Oh, yeah.
turns in combat in D&D can take half an hour for one turn if you really want it to. But, like, technically, each turn is, like, I can't remember, like 3 seconds or something like that. I don't remember the specifics. But yeah, they broke it down and it's like, yeah, beat for beat follows. Like it's just like
It's awesome.
it's detailed to the point where it's like, yeah, these people know what this game is and they know the intricacies of it, and it's very detailed. I love it.
It's one of those films where you just think back more and like again, because if I fully classified that as a video game movie, yeah, it probably would have been quite up there for me. I also remember really liking the sequence where the chick that can transform into animals or whatever, she was escaping with the key or something, and
Yeah, the
like
big one take.
she like
Yeah.
transformed into like 10 different animals to get out or something or other.
Yeah. No, that was very well done. I don't a little personal gripe. I don't think the CGI was the best there. Like, it can be forgiven. It's a long one take, and it's doing CGI environments mixing with live action plates and CGI animals. Like, it's a lot to expect, but wish they had spent a bit more time on that. That is a small criticism I do have. It's a small one though. Like, bloody not judging the film, but yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Not bloody banging. All right,
Awesome.
give me a number 2.
Yeah, my runner up. So you see, my 1 and 2 here. That's why I'm also just like, surprisingly, my top 2, I've seen both of them only once in the theater.
Interesting.
So compared to the rest of these, but like I had like a really like I enjoyed them so much when I watched them, so that I'm like, oh yeah, buddy, up there. I could rewatch these and be like, I'm sure I'd still like them, obviously, but I'm like, I don't know if they'd be the top 2. So that's why I'm like, but I haven't had a chance to like rewatch them or anything. So I'm like, that's why I'm like, it's kind of difficult. But so just going off full memory with these. So number 2, Five Nights at Freddy's 2. So had a fun time seeing it with you in theater. Geordie was very reluctantly brought.
No. I wasn't super. Like, I wanted to go bloody hang out with you, but yeah, it wasn't on my radar much.
Yeah, but to me, I was just like, again, the films are for the fans in the end. Like, I definitely understand how general audiences didn't like fully gravitate towards them. To me, from memory, it was just like the first film, but they improved like a bunch of the criticisms. it was definitely scarier. Not like to the point where I'm like, I'm bloody terrified, but it was like, there was like this could probably scare some kids, and like actually like there's any
Yeah.
weight to it now.
Yeah.
And get a bunch more new animatronics and all that. I love the opening sequence with Charlotte and all that. That was a very beautiful sequence. Same thing with the credits and the music. That was very, very well done throughout the whole thing. Acting is all like pretty good, and again, I just really like how we feel. But this one had a little bit more of a budget, and like, all right, this one didn't have the bloody 10 years of troubled production. Again, similar to like the first Sonic movie with the fixing the design.
Yeah.
They could just like do it right out of the gate, and we're in the thick of it now. And I just felt they had a bit more confidence and like improved a bunch more things. Again, still not a perfect film and all that. And again, I do need to rewatch it. I doubt I'm going to complete like 180 on the film or anything, but it might be bumped down. I'm not too sure. But yeah, just enjoyed a lot of it. How it ended though, definitely arguable. Of but the Avengers assembling and ending on like a slight sort of cliffhanger thing. I'm like. Part of this film is I'm like, I suppose the third film will also determine like where this one sort of shifts, I guess, because the third FNAF game, it isn't my favorite FNAF game, but like I really want them to adapt that the most because I really want to see a lot of Springtrap. So if they can nail this third movie and really do a lot with him and Matthew Lillard, I think that can be like really scary and grungy and like really good. Hopefully,
Because that's like I'd say that's the grossest of them all and like dirtiest and grungiest.
Yeah,
like, that's where you have to have that vibe. If you have like a clean vibe, it's not.
Yeah, and that's why I'm like, I know they probably won't, but I'm like, not exactly that I want it R-rated, but like for Australian stand like MA 15 plus or something, like a bit closer to that. So we'll see, but yeah, but I had a good time with the movie. Enjoyed a lot of it. Yeah, I know. I'm just going on how I like remember feeling about it. And I remember a bunch of sequences that were like quite well done and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, they improved on all my criticisms for the second one. Still didn't fix them fully, still had issues, of course, but improved a bunch. Like, I like the second one more than the first one. Funny enough, the second one is actually what made me go back and get the first one on DVD, because I was like, yeah, no, I'll get this on DVD, but I didn't want to just have the second one, so I went back. So, yeah, I like it. I agree with pretty much all your points. It is scarier, it is darker, it is... it nails a lot more. I still have some major issues, mainly like the way the puppet was portrayed. I wasn't huge on that. And yeah, the ending with the bloody Avengers Assemble took me right out of the movie. I was like,
that makes sense. Well, it is funny though.
It was extremely funny, but like, it's like I don't know, dude. I was into it. I was like, yeah, cool, yeah, this is fine. I was like, yeah, no, they're doing better, sweet. Just that whole... Have you rewatched that scene?
Oh, yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, it popped up a bunch afterwards.
Yeah.
The Freddy bit in particular, where it's just like... And you like... You see them, I'm just like...
Yeah. Then just the fight, because they're so limited, because they're animatronics, it's like... Decapitated. And then they fucking throw it awkwardly. And
yeah, I'm just like... Yeah, like... Again, there was enough emotion with what was going on where I'm like, yeah, right. But I definitely see how like a 10-year-old would be like, oh, that was tough.
Yeah.
But
no, fair enough choice. I was expecting FNAF on here. I wasn't expecting 2 of your 5 spots to be FNAF though, so that's surprising.
Yeah. But again, with all that, this being said, again, I'm like looking at all the video game movies that I've seen. I'm just like, there's not that much competition. I'm like, I definitely know, which we'll get to after this, of the top 5 worst. But I'm like, there's like, I'm like, all right, I definitely know it's at the bottom. The middle area, I'm like, all right, those are guilty pleasures. And then like the upper half, I'm like, yeah, it's like I like these all. I think they're all good and all that, but like, none of these are like 9 out of 10, 8, or even 8.5. I'm like, the video game movie for me hasn't reached that yet.
Yeah,
The
that's
Zelda
fair.
movie, please, please. Like, that could be like fucking top 4 letterbox, please.
Yeah, yeah. No, we gotta hope for that one. Hope and pray.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
But anyways, all right. So we've come down to it. Geordie,
Yes, here we are.
what is your favorite video game movie of all time so far?
Easy answer. Don't even need to bloody debate it. Exit 8. Like, no question. That,
And that's extremely
like,
recent.
extremely recent. That blew me away. I wasn't expecting much. I was like, this looks fun. I like the game. They've nailed the aesthetic. Like, they rebuilt. They rebuilt the hallway so well that you thought the game was based on the movie. Like,
Yeah,
it
I
is
was literally
one
like,
for one.
surely, because even the bald guy or whatever, like, you're like,
Yeah,
no, is he
yeah.
was he the person they modeled him off?
Yeah, legit, dude. They nailed it. And yeah, no, it just blew me away because it's like not only did you nail exactly what I loved about the game, so that they didn't shy away from it. So will become very important in my top 5 worst with Until Dawn. They didn't shy away from just having the mechanic be the mechanic. You know, they weren't like, oh, well, no, he time loops, but has to learn a lesson each time, and there's these certain rules that weren't in the game, and oh, it's not actually a time loop, it's just a never-ending hallway, and like, I don't know, like, they didn't fuck the premise up in a way, like, in any way at all. They just kept it like, yeah, you spot an anomaly, you turn back, or if you don't, you keep going forward. They don't explain what it is, which is what I love about liminal spaces, is the unknown, the unexplainable. They just said, yep, here's the rules, let it go for it. And they let the characters play in it, and that is what I loved about it. Because also, on top of all that, not only did they nail the game aspect, the character and like original aspect of the movie was also nailed. You know, the whole thing. It was very targeted. Not like I'm not saying they targeted me, but like the things that they were wanting to tell are things that I want to see, and the whole thing is just a metaphor, analogy, exploration of fatherhood and becoming a father, and the anxieties that come along with that. Similar to Hamnet, could not come at a better time. You know, like,
Yeah.
dude, like
Also saw
for
it in a good
context,
cinema.
yeah, that helps too. Also, I was thinking about that. I saw Hamnet in Cinema One. That was a bit overkill. Why'd they have it in there? I don't know about that. I was like, it was like me and 3 other people in Cinema One. But anyway, I digress. Yeah, just could not come at a better time. I just like I was watching this, and also the other thing, the opening, perfect, 10 out of 10. Like, no notes. It's all first person, so it's very creative. The way they play with audio is very well done. It's also a homage to the game because the game is first person. Like when you first open up, like when he goes through, the train station, all that sort of stuff, and then he turns into the hallway of Exit 8, you could swear that was just a screenshot from the game. Bit
Yeah.
high, like the game with a texture pack maybe. But like it was just done so well and just perfect. I loved it. And I was thinking this whole time, I was like, this is like, there's nothing bad. What's stopping this from being a 10 out of 10? It's like, not much really. There were things eventually. There were certain character things. I was like, yeah, whatever. But there were certain things holding it back. But as I was going, I was like, I want to save the 10 out of 10s for things that give me just a visceral reaction, an emotional reaction. Not necessarily crying, but like, if my heart rate increases for happiness, for sadness, for like being scared, like that's kind of what I want to save the 10 out of 10s for, because all of my 10 out of 10 movies have done that. They've just been like Dune Part 2 in IMAX, seeing that, I was like, my heart was beating out of my chest, the anxiety, the bloody just intense fucking, just tension everywhere. I was like, it's fucking insane. Hamnet, same, like I bawled my eyes out in Hamnet. And I was like, yeah, this probably won't hit that, so, that's fine. And I was just watching, I was like, this is fucking banging, this is so good, this is so good. And then the beach scene, that shit destroyed me. I don't know, Exit 8 seems pretty niche as it is. Well, not niche, it's got an international release. It's not niche, I'm not saying it is, but in the general sort of...
I haven't heard anyone talk about it.
Yeah, in the general pop culture sort of zeitgeist, I guess you could say, It doesn't seem too popular, so if you haven't seen it, please go watch it. This is a bloody spoiler warning, just because I care about this movie so much. Please go watch it and come back. You will not regret it. But anyway, spoiler warning over. You've been warned. The beach scene when they get swept up by the tidal wave anomaly, which firstly, so much more impactful in the movie. I replayed the game before and after it. The tidal wave is just like a little ripple that just comes down the hallway. I'm like, okay, just turn around and walk away. But this one was this big crashing wave, and then the boy fell over, and he had to like turn back, and it was like he got caught in the wave. And I was like, oh, it was so like it was just so much more impactful. And then you had the beach scene where, you know, like there was a lot of symbolism in the conversation they were having. It's like, well, what are you going to do? You know, because he could choose to either stay where he was or take that step and take the plunge, so to speak, into the ocean or the water. You know, both literally and figuratively take the plunge and be a father. You know, and in that moment, he's like, "Yeah, I'm going to do it," and he decides to, and it's just super impactful. And he's playing with his son. Generally, I've got fucking goosebumps talking about this dude. Like, that moment. And then, like, he's, like, playing with his son and he lifts him up and it just hard match cuts to the fucking him holding him above the water. Generally, I've got bloody tears in my eyes, dude. That was so powerful. Fucking hell. And just the music was bloody amazing. And, like, that in that moment, I was like, this might fucking be Hamnet, Jesus Christ. Like, I was so swept up in it. It was so immersive, and yeah, it just really hit every note bloody perfectly. And I think it also just I know you have like some slight criticisms with the ending in terms of like his sort of emotional reaction. I feel
a little bit less so with all that after hearing your explanation the other week.
Okay, yeah, fair enough then. But yeah, so you know, I really love the way it ended. And just, yeah, there's so many things. I could literally, like, I could make a whole 30-minute review on that movie with how much I really loved it. So I loved it so much, I watched it, like, 2 days later.
Yeah.
with PS, so, yeah.
Yeah, giving my 2 cents on it, I wasn't anticipating it. Jordy mentioned it a couple of times, and I was just kind of like, yeah, sure, I'll go see it with you. I'm not expecting too much. I played the game like for 5 minutes prior because Jordy's like, oh, check it out before we go, you see it. And I was like, oh yeah, sort of get the loop and all that. Yeah, cool. Yeah, all right. Very simple premise. The movie really, because it's going off like just a simple formula, but the movie is what adds like the 20 layers that add so much detail to the game. And I'm like, that makes you think, oh, that's probably just the original intention. Nah, the game is just like a loop cycle to just a fun concept.
Exactly.
And that's like just really, and then again, like the beach stuff and like the father like stuff that they add, I'm like, that really adds so much to it, and the way that like the set design, the acting, all that stuff was great. So they really nailed that. I will say that would be my number one too, but I'm half cheating and not classifying that as a video game movie just because it's not very video gamey, and it is like just a very simple like sort of game loops thing where it's like just like a
it is mostly original.
Yeah. So it's like I like just for the sake of mine, I'm not including it. But I do think it's fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I definitely get that. That is, I did hesitate a little bit with that because you are right. It is just a simple concept. You know, it'd be like calling bloody the Backrooms movie bloody a video game adaptation. Kind of, you know, there's the 4chan post and whatnot, but it's like, well, the kind of the concept is really what's there. It's what they do with the concept and where they take it is what makes things good, you know. So it's like this Exit 8 movie, like you said, it's just a gameplay loop. It's just meant to be a fun few minute sort of experience that you jump in, jump out. There's no lore, at least not that I know of. You know, there's no story. The guy walking past is just the guy walking past, but in the film, they break down everything, but they break down everything except the things I don't want them to break down. They break down the walking man. They break down the anomalies. They give a hint at some sort of lore. The characters are just bloody awesome, but they don't explain what the liminal space actually is. They don't explain what Exit 8 actually is. They don't explain
there's still
the
the
anomaly.
mystery.
Like it's just they're just plopped in there and they're like go ham. And
They give you the right amount to chew on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so good. Just a little funny quote. Exit 8 was so good, it made me scared for the Backrooms movie. Because I genuinely was like, if this is this good, how can Backrooms live up to
I'm
this?
very curious to see, because I don't see the emotional weight being in that film.
Yeah, no, neither. Yeah. But we'll see. Fingers crossed. That comes out very soon. We've got our tickets, so we'll see. Fingers crossed. But yeah. Anyway, without further ado, let's get on to your number one. I have a feeling I know what it is, but let's see.
Yeah, I'm literally going to talk about it just for like 1 minute. We've already hit over an hour, and I'm like, literally the first topic. So I'm like...
3 to go. No, my top 5 worst, I don't want to be too negative. I was just going to speed through them.
Yeah, that one will... I don't know if I can make a clip out of this. This has been the whole hour. I don't think I can put that in a bloody short. So we'll have to do like the worst for that one, I reckon. But my number one, Sonic 3.
Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough.
Is that what you thought it was gonna be?
No, I thought it was gonna be Minecraft.
That movie shit. That's why. Anyways, that movie is definitely a guilty pleasure. Like, bro, that was fucking. What do you think of me, Jesus? That's telling. Jesus.
I'm sorry.
I did have a lot of fun with it. Like that's that's a core memory. But the movie no.
Are you sure? Let me just hold on a second. Remember sitting in the cinema with me, watching the movie? You look over, I'm fucking sick of this shit. I'm like, what are we doing? And then the bad guy turns around and says, "Come in, General Chungus." Remember the look on my face when that happened?
Buddy. Something happened.
The fucking look we shared. Nah, that was one of the funniest moments. We're just like, did we fucking mishear that? Like, I thought it was hallucinating. General Chungus. Nah. Anyway, that's enough about the Minecraft. I just wanted to get that in there.
But yeah, pretty much all the stuff like you said about praising it earlier. But again, I've only seen it once, and it was in the cinema. But I had a really good cinema experience. And again, out of the 3, it just feels the most video gamey. Like again, I haven't played like any Sonic game at all, apart from the hoverboard game for like 10 minutes as a kid. But I'm invested in these movies. Again, even more characters. I'm like, we got bloody Gerald now, Maria, and now we have Shadow. Really like Shadow. We get like the best fights, the best CGI. Like it just really feels like a video, less human stuff. Just really leans into all that with like great VFX and everything, and then it ends with Amy and Robot Sonic or whatever. And I'm just like, that was banging. I don't think it's perfect. I think in this film, like, I think there was still like some funny moments and all that kind of thing, but I think this had like the highest highs of the trilogy, but kind of like the lowest lows. Like the humor in that was like a bit more all right. But enough to sort of the stuff that really mattered like really shot it above. But so I don't think it's perfect. Like I even with all my feelings remembering it, I'm like I don't know if I'd even give it an 8. I'd give it like a 7.5, like 100%. Like maybe an 8. I would have to rewatch it, but that's what I mean. Where I'm like, if like my favorite in a category or something is only an 8, that's why I'm like again, Last of Us and Arcane, they're like 9. But like movie wise, I'm like, yeah, I haven't had something like that. But again, like if I included Exit 8, that'd be like to me that's like an 8.5. But Zelda movie, please. Like I don't think you guys understand. But yeah, so either way, that's my top 5. Bit boring compared to your analysis of where your favorite was that one, making me seem like a bloody child.
No, I had to include it because I'm like, we're not doing a bloody review on it or anything, so I had to include it.
You know, I fully
We could
understand that.
do we could do top 5 liminal space movies when Backrooms comes out.
You definitely could. Cause you've seen a few now.
No, I haven't. I've only seen like 2. So,
Gonna get your numbers up.
Yeah, come on.
But yeah, well, because of all that, we'll speed through the top 5 worst, like just
Yeah.
bing bang boom in a very quick sentence.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, did you want to do that?
Yeah, I'll go first. I'm pretty sure I remember them all, but
Yeah. So fifth worst to the worst. Oh well, yeah, actually. Oh well, the way I have mine. Well, yeah. Did you want to do it in a way where it's like, yeah, it's the worst, but it's like, well, it being number one mean it's the top of that like list, or like that's the
number
worst
one
of
is
that
like
list?
the most bad is how I.
Oh, the most bad.
Yeah, that's how
Okay.
I view it.
Okay, yeah, okay.
So it's kind of like
so it gets
reverse.
worse each one.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yep.
That's what that was the plan. So worst each one. Uncharted is number 5. Fine, just so average. You know, nothing really to say. There's like nothing fantastic. Car falling scene was pretty good. Tom Holland was surprisingly a decent Nathan Drake, like a young Nathan Drake. Same with Mark Wahlberg as Sully,
Okay.
but
That's surprising.
not what I wanted. It's not an Uncharted game, but it kind of like it's hard to say. It's so average. There's nothing really to say about it.
No flavor.
Yeah, pretty much. Number 4, Gran Turismo. Solid movie, a lot of good stuff in there. The whole movie was just an ad. Like it all looked like a commercial. Slow panning shots, everything's on a gimbal moving slow. The colors are just so clinical and white, and everything's sharp, and the emotion was there, but it just wasn't enough to make me care. It didn't make me want to play Gran Turismo after it. I'll say that. Third worst. This is going to be controversial for you, FNAF. Basically, the reasons I said before, just copy paste them here.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, still have a lot of respect for it, but it's like not for me. So the fourth. Wait, no, I'm getting confused. Second. All right, my next one. Stop with the bloody gremlin shit. Get off me. Next one is all right, Mortal Kombat 1995. Sorry.
Really?
Yeah, no, I don't like it. I got nostalgia with it, but I don't think like the fun aspect. I just don't think that's enough to make up for the shittiness of it. Like I revisited it. I don't know when it would have been. Maybe sometime after high school or late high school, like in that sort of 4-year period,
Yeah,
sometime. And just I just didn't care. There wasn't anything sort of redeemable to me. Everything looked bad. Characters mostly didn't even look like the characters, and yeah. Annihilation, I guess that probably should take the place of that, but I don't even count that as a movie. Like that's nothing. I don't even want to think about that.
That's just rubbish.
Yeah, exactly. My least favorite is Until Dawn. That,
Damn.
yeah,
Fucking.
mainly
worst.
because of how much I love the game. The game was.
I remember playing that with you.
Yeah, dude. I made so many people play that. I made my girlfriend at the time play it. I made you play it. Since meeting Pia, I've made her play it. Like I've made so many people play that game because I love it so much, and they just. It's the exact opposite of why I love Exit 8 so much, and how they treat the video game aspect is it's almost like they were ashamed of the gameplay and the gimmick and the gameplay loop. That they just they added all this stuff that just didn't make sense, and they just disregarded it entirely. There were bits I liked, there were bits I didn't like, but the whole thing. Do I think this is the worst video game movie of all time? Technically, no. I could probably enjoy the movie. It's the fact that it claimed to be an Until Dawn movie, basically spat in the face of the game, and then shoved a bunch of Easter eggs and references in your face to be like, guys, look, remember this? Yeah? And it's you kind of just, basically it just feels very disrespectful. It's what are you even doing?
Yeah.
To put it to basically equivalency would be them making a Zelda movie and having it be like a Game of Thrones style film, but then occasionally being like, there's a cage with a little bloody fairy in it. And the fairy goes, "Hey, hello," and then the fairy gets murdered. Yeah, then the fairy gets fucking squashed. It's like that's genuinely the equivalent. I'm like, it's just not even the. Does that mean it's bad? No, like I enjoy the other thing, but it's just not what I'm here for, like at all.
Yeah. Not to extend the convo too much, but the trailers didn't look that bad. Like, and it looked like they were like obviously branching away from the game, but like in a cool, unique kind of way potentially.
Yeah, my biggest thing is if this wasn't an Until Dawn movie, I'd probably love it because the concept is interesting. It's just a time loop where they face different like horror genres. You know, there's a witch, there's a poltergeist, there's a slasher. You know, it's just different genres of horror. But it's just the way they execute it and the way they mix it in with Until Dawn. It's just very disrespectful. So that's all I'm going to say on that. You got your clip. You happy, internet? You got me being Mr. Negative. I'm sick of that.
What? Yeah, no, perfectly fair. Our bottom five makes me realize that we've seen a bunch of different ones that we like. I haven't seen Uncharted or Until Dawn because I haven't played like those originally properly, and whatnot. So so mine, quite different to yours.
That's good.
So so the fifth worst for me. I'm going to really rapid fire. Fifth worst, Tomb Raider, the very first Lara Croft movie with Angelina Jolie. Pretty much like exact. That's my Uncharted. I'm like just super like. It has like a little bit of that 2000 sort of like energy and like whenever the hell it was made. And it's like a little bit to it, like the charisma with it and everything, but it's just a very generic, like not actually good film. It's like and they didn't have like a massive amount to go off, but they were like honoring the game enough. Whatever.
Yeah, fair enough.
Next one, Mortal Kombat 2021. That film. Just super bloody standard. I talked about it earlier. Just very standard, generic. Like there's
nothing to it really.
There's not really much to remember, but like there's not a huge amount to complain about. I mean, there is actually, but but anyways, but at least like Tomb Raider had like a little bit of charm in some kind of way.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Third worst, Mortal Kombat 1995. Pretty much just what you said. Like, there's fun charm to it, but it is just not. It's a bit too silly and stupid. But I see how someone could, have a lot of fun with it. Second worst, dude, you're gonna fucking laugh at these two.
Here we go.
Silent Hill Revelation for second worst video game.
I forgot about Silent Hill. Oh
no. So Revelation. So that was like the 2010 one or whatever.
Yeah.
There was a 2006 one. Then there was this one. This one, fucking just completely just devoid of like the actual lore and any of that shit. Ugly, bad acting, just all this kind of shit, buddy. But at least it's like so bad you can kind of like laugh at it, and it's like cause it's not like one for one copying, but it's like taking out. It's just fucked. So not good. The number one worst video game movie of all time is Return to Silent Hill. Jesus Christ. That movie, I was quite looking forward to it. I haven't played the original, but I watched it. I'm like, this is awesome. Played the remake, love the remake a lot. And that's a pretty unique, rare thing for me, for horror and all that. So this one, I'm like, I knew it was going to be a bit different and like, not the highest budget and all that, but I'm like, maybe they can do a bit of an interesting thing. But if this sucks, at least I have the game, right? And this, the more I think about it, the more I hate it. You can cut out like a half of this film, put it here, and show it to me, and I would not know what the fuck the film is. And then you'd be like, oh, that's Silent Hill 2. Excuse me. And then the other half is like recreating moments, and I'm like, yeah, it was kind of cool to see, and like there was some good music in there, but the music was like so minimal. There should have been like 5 more songs within that, and just everything they did was over-explain stupid things, change things in like a horrible direction, And after listening to the director and like explaining like the angel, like the tombstone at the end with like the Angela, Laura, whatever the hell that sort of thing, I'm just like, bro, just literally misunderstood the game. Like, because he's explaining like, I don't believe this film was made disingenuously. Bro, literally just misunderstood the actual interpretation of the game, and I'm like, well.
So it seems like bloody our number ones are pretty similar. Then it's just like this is just straight up disrespectful to the original.
Just disrespecting a horror game, like fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah, like disrespecting one of our favorite horror games each. Yeah, like true. Yeah, sweet.
That's what it takes to piss us off. Don't disrespect the horror games.
Yeah, legit. I don't like that many. Well, we've got to wrap this up because this bloody went on longer than I thought. Maybe we'll get to the other topics in a different video because that'd be fun to do.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll revisit the topic at some point.
Yeah, but anyways, random item of the episode.
That's true. I forgot about that. Alright, you go first. Just get another VHS.
Yeah, if you saw the last episode, I'm just picking up a VHS because that's all it's near me.
Yeah. I definitely.
I don't think there is a bloody video game VHS, isn't there?
So all of this mainly stemmed from me just having a bunch of random shit at arm's reach, like at all for any given time. So I'm gonna really exemplify that
got
right
trinkets, now. Got bloody trinkets.
Yeah.
Buy one. There are video games relating to this. So boom, there you go.
Let's go.
Got the bloody collector poster and everything.
Did it actually come with that?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, true. Mine's not video game related. Honorable mention, just to keep it relevant to the topic. Capture card. Anyway. Nah.
You can capture games on that.
Yeah,
3DS XL, bloody.
Yeah.
Fucking all that.
But my actual random item of the day, I don't know when the fuck I'm going to show this off. The Art and Science of Digital Compositing textbook.
Alright. Yeah, that's cool. Alright, yeah, that's pretty awesome. Alright, if you made it this far in the video, in the comments, type...
Disrespectful.
Disrespectful. And yeah, like, share, subscribe.
Shout out Tung Tung.
Shout out Tung Tung.